And thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, 13th day of May, second day of Sivan. That means Shavuos is, of course, getting very, very close, and I want to talk to you about another Shavuos law, and that is, you know how we make early Shabbos? And although Shabbos maybe naturally would have started at 8, we start Shabbos at around 7 o'clock. Can you do the same thing on the first night of Shavuos? And based on a Taz that I'm about to show you, he says, no, you should not do that. Here it is, right above my face. Me'achrin lahaschil arvis beknisa Shavuos. We delay the beginning of Maariv at the beginning of Shavuos, kedei sheyihiyu yemei hasvira tamimos, in order that the days of Shavuos be complete. God tells us to count Sheva Shabbosos tamimos. We should count 7 full weeks. Now, seriously, no kidding around. If you start Shavuos a little bit on the early side, then you're cutting off the 49th day, and you're supposed to have complete 7 weeks. So no, we do not start Shavuos early. We daven the Maariv of Shavuos after nightfall, which could be as late as, I don't know, near 9 o'clock. But that's what we do because we want to have the 49th day be fully complete. But then, of course, that will lead to this question, and it is, what about the second night of Shavuos? What about the second night of Shavuos? Do I need to start that one late also? Or I already finished counting, I already passed the 49 days, so maybe it's fine to make the second night of Shavuos to be early. So for that, there's another Taz that I'm going to show you, and it's here. Now, it's going to be discussing Pesach, but we're going to extrapolate from his law there. V'nira li, tebeleil shebein zayin shel Pesach liyom ches, on the night between the 7th of Pesach and the 8th of Pesach, afilu b'chol, even if it's like a weekday, yesh lispor kodem kiddush. You should count the sfira before you say kiddush, the Yom Tov Achron of the last day of Pesach. Dehatzvei nichalan limshach alav kedushas Yom Zayin, because it would be much more beautiful to lengthen the holiness of the 7th day Shal Pesach, Shehu Min Torah, because the 7th is a biblical day, V'Kedushas Yom Tov Achron, and the holiness of the last day, which the rabbis added, Eino Ella Midrabana. And therefore he says, why take a biblical day and shorten it? The first days of Yom Tov are the days that God told us straight out in the Bible. Why would I want to shorten that day just because the rabbis added on a second day of Yom Tov, like we all do outside of Israel? You extrapolate, and the same idea should technically apply to Shavuos, and therefore, if you want to follow this, then the second night of Shavuos, you should also daven Maariv as late as you did on the first night of Shavuos. And there is a Kaf HaChaim which says one more idea, which is not complicated at all. He says if you start the first night of Shavuos late and the second night of Shavuos early, it could lead to confusion, and people in subsequent years could end up starting the first night early also. So he says avoid confusion and start both nights of Shavuos after nightfall. Now, there are other rabbis who disagree, and therefore if someone has like a pressing need to make that Maariv early on the second night, then there could be leniency. It would, of course, be up to the rabbi of the shul. Okay, thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.